Okay, now we're moving on to the tangent ratio today. So the tangent of an angle is again just a ratio, but this time we're looking at the opposite side to the adjacent side. So we just abbreviate that as tan. So here, tan angle equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, now we're going to test your calculator skills again for tan. So try tan 15, 45, and 75. See what you get and just double check on the next slide. So you should have these numbers for your tan. If you didn't, you're probably in the wrong setting. So just ask me if you didn't, okay? Okay, so since tan is the opposite over adjacent, those sides change depending on what angle you're talking about. So tan A is angle A, right here, okay? So the opposite side in this case would be A, and the next to adjacent side is going to be B. Okay, so that's just going to be A over B. If we're looking at tan B, this angle here, my opposite is now B, and my adjacent next to is A. So we have B over A. Now remember that adjacent next to never is the hypotenuse, is never the C, okay? Okay, so let's do an example. So it says find the adjacent side. How far is the kayaker from the base of the hill? So I put in our tan, I've just called it tan A equals opposite over adjacent. Now, what numbers am I going to put in here? Take a minute and think about it there. So we know this angle 27. So we should have tan 27 is my opposite over my unknown adjacent x. Now how did I get 21.6? So my height is the whole height of this triangle here. So I had to add 7 plus 14.6 to get 21.6. Okay, now I've solved tan 27 as 0.5095 equals 21.6 over x. Cross multiply 1 times 21.6, divide by 0.5095, and you should get 42.39 meters. Now some questions, sometimes they'll just give you this angle out here, and then maybe some other angles, and you might have to work out what some of these interior angles are. So just remember what you're looking at. Okay, your turn. Try example 2. You want to find the opposite side. What is the length of the chain that is lifting the cargo? So you're going to be looking for H here. And you should be able to find out what this D is using these numbers down here. Now be careful. This one has a little bit of a trick to it. When you're ready, go to the next slide. Okay, so we have tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. Now, my D here, I've added up 2 plus 0.5 plus 1. The reason I added up 1 is this pulley system always holds right in the center. So half of this 2 is 1. So that is the long D side here. We add all those numbers up and you get 3.5 meters. If that doesn't make sense, ask Sarah or I. Okay, so then I have tan 50 is equal to my opposite H over my D, which is 3.5. Tan 50 is 1.1918. And so then I can just cross multiply here and get H is equal to 4.17. So that one's a little bit of a tricky one. So hopefully you got that. If not, please ask. Okay,